Hi guys, so after the battle report last week, it's time to level up the Orc mob. Right, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to introduce you a little more to the mob, and also take the opportunity to level them up, because that's something we didn't have time to do last week. Now I'm going to be referencing my phone an awful lot because that's where I've got the rule book. So I'm going to take it step by step and go through all the things that have happened to this mob and take it from there, really. Okay, so I'll introduce them first. We've got the UN, the Ugly Nasties. Because of the blue hats and people's comments, I decided to run with the theme of the UN. Now I warn you, the names I've chosen are very, very bad. Very, very bad. But they're done for a reason. Anyone knows the UN and world leaders should probably recognise these. Okay, so we've got Banky Bad Moon, which is my knob, the leader of the gang. He runs the UN. We've got next to him Angler Orkle. We've got Frank Ork Holland, who are my two spanners. We've got Barack Ork Barmer, this fella here. And we've got David Camerork. So Call Me Dave is on the end there. Now, what they did last in the battle report. Well, David Camerork climbed up a wall and got shot, crawled across the top of a wall and bled out. So he did absolutely nothing. So I need to roll on serious wounds table to see what happened to him, basically. The fella next to him, he didn't do much, I don't think. Let's have a see. He was the gunner, actually, so he did quite a bit. He was shooting that gun and doing quite a bit of damage to the other vehicle. Got some experience for pens and that sort of thing. We've got the two spanners who basically did... they weren't too bad. They were the drivers of the trucks, so they did differing amounts. Now, Banky Bad Moon, the knob, he earned a fair bit of experience. He's actually, so far, he's leveled up 2 levels on the table, so we'll be getting lots happen to him. Barack Ork Barmer, again, has done the same. He's very close to leveling up twice. David Camerork did nothing. Sticks with his basic 25 experience, which is what he rolled up. And there's the computer making strange noises again. Angela Orkle, again, did really, really well, but I don't think he's got enough, or she. I'm not sure whether you can give orcs gender. Anyway, hence why I wasn't afraid of using the name Angela. Or Angela, as the case may be. And we've got Frank Ork Holland, who, again, didn't really do much. So, let's have a look. Basically, you need to roll a d6 for every survivor. But first off, let's find out what happens to David Camerork. So, it's a d66. The black dice is going to be the 10s, and the red dice, I think it's red, is going to be the single digits. So, we've got 36. Now, what is 36? 36 is going to fall under full recovery. Fantastic. Right. Because 36 to 55 is full recovery. Now the bad one is 11 to 15, because that is dead, basically. Blinded in one eye is 31. There's all sorts going on here. You can have leg wounds, arm wounds, head wounds, bitter enmity. Anyway, so he's had a full recovery, which is fantastic, which means I don't have to spend any points on replacing him or anything like that. So, though he doesn't get any experience on top of what he would have gotten, which was nothing. So we start from the left. How many experience points for surviving did Banky Bad Moon get? 3. So he goes up to 108. I'm just going to write these down as I go. Fantastic. Next we've got Angler Orkle. He gets a 6. Fantastic. So that puts him up 2. So that's going to be, he's on 44. Brilliant. So that's leveling up twice. Should we get some cool stuff for that? Next we've got Angler Orkle. That's just a 1. That's a shame. So she's going to be on 74. He, she, it, they. And then we've got Franco Holland. That's a 5. So that puts him up to 67. And that's all of them. Yeah, so we've got 2 spanners who haven't leveled up, but they are still alive. We've got David Cameron, who did absolutely nothing and has got nothing in response. We've got Barack Obama, who's leveled up twice on 44. And we've got Banky Badmoon, who not only goes up to Leadership 8 from Leadership 7 because he won. The knobs who win their first game, they go from Leadership 7 to Leadership 8. It's basically like a rites that they have to go through in order to get hardened, and that's what he's got. So, and he's leveled up twice as well. Right, fantastic. Now I'm going to go on to leveling up. So I'm just going to pause the video for a moment and get that up on my phone. Okay, so starting with Banky Badmoon, we've got a 6, which is... Oh, it's 2d6 this. That's a 7. So, that's Arda. So we roll a d6, which is a 6 again. Fantastic. Which means that he has +1 leadership. So he's now on Leadership 9, which is going to make it very, very difficult for him to bottle out. Say very difficult. More difficult for him to bottle out, which is fantastic. Now he leveled up a second time, so that is 7. So that's Arda again. Let's find out what happens to him. That's a 1, which means he's going to have +1 initiative. So he's now got an initiative of 4. Fantastic. Okay, and then we've got Barack Obama, which is this fella here. Let's find out what happened to him. We've got a 7 again. They say it's statistical that you roll 7 on 2d6, but my god. So that's Arda. Let's find out if he gets a leadership or initiative bonus. 5, that's going to be a leadership bonus. So Barack Obama is a lot more gritty. He's going to stay on the table a lot longer if I lose Barack Obama. Now what else we got? We've got an 11. Ooh, no what's. Select one of the standard skill tables for your mob and randomly generate a skill from it. Fantastic. So, this could open up a lot of fun stuff. I'm just going to pause the video a second and have a look at that. Right, so it's worth mentioning at this moment that I chose my mob to be Gorkas, which basically allows them to have a lot more of the fun things going on. So, let's have a look. It gives me access to everything but odd. So, I like shooting. As useless as it is, I am determined to make an orc that can shoot. Right, so I've got a roll on the Daka skills table. Let's have a look. That's a 3, which is going to be Daka Daka. The warrior is deadly with auto-fire weapons, can re-roll 1 sustained dice whenever a warrior shoots. The second roll must be used even if it's worse than the first. Fantastic. So, he was the one that's the gunner on the truck, so that fits perfectly because the heavy shooter uses sustained dice. So I can now roll one of those, which is awesome. And that might give me the chance to avoid some jams in the future. Right, so that's the skills and the leveling up done. Next, I need to generate how much treasure I got. So, I got 5 lots of treasure. Just going to take 5 dice, put him back, roll all of those and then push them into the camera. There we go, we've got 5, 9, 14, 16. Sorry, I'm not very good at maths, so that was a little bit slow. Got 16 teeth, added to the 1 that I had left over from the creation of the mob, and that gives me 17 in total. So I'm going to have a quick look at what's available in terms of getting some youths on there. I think I need some more orcs on the scene. Using 5 was a little bit of a mistake. I think I sort of ran an elite Gorkamorka Mob, which is not the best way of going. So let's get some more bodies in here, shall we? And I'll come back once I've figured out what I'm going to add in. Right, so before spending any of my hoard, I need to send some orc boys into the mines underneath my fort. So, I only have one boy who can actually go under. The spanners are maintaining their vehicles. Speaking of which, I need to see if the vehicle is crippled. On a 1 it is. Nope, fantastic. So that's out of the way. Knobs and spanners never go underground. The guys who are knocked out don't either. So I had one boy, so let's figure out. He got 5. So then you have to do maintenance based on this. So I had 5 boys and 2 vehicles, that's 7 models. Right, and I got 5. So that means I'm going to have to spend 3 on maintenance. So that becomes an extra 2, which puts me up to 19. Now, I've decided I'm going to buy a youth with a 6-shooter. So youth is 3 plus the 6-shooter, which is 2. And so that is 5 used up. That leaves me with 12 to spend on the rest. I'm going to take a look and see if I can't get some close combat weapons in there, because let's be honest, it went on a bit too long in the last game, so it's going to be handy if I get some close combat in there. So I'm just going to have a quick look and be back in a tick. Right, so as you can see from what's changed over here, I've done a little bit of buying. So we've now got more people in the mob. So we've got 2 youths now. I decided to go for 2 instead of just the 1 because I had the money for it. And to be honest, I think it's much better to have more models on the table than not. So what have we got? We've got the knob. Banky Bad Moon has now got a chopper. So he's holding that up high, looking awesome. We've got this fellow here, one of my spanners. Basically what I've done is I've given the spanners, these count now as clubs. So the spanner that he's got there is now a club, and the wrench that this guy's got is now a club. This fellow here, instead of sort of swearing at people, now has a chopper. So that's my boy. This is a boy. And what we do have is we've got these 2 youths here. I haven't decided on their names yet, so I'll probably do that before the next game. They've each got 6 shooters. So this one here is brandishing a broken bottle, and this one here is just sticking his finger up because they're youths. They're untrained. They're offensive. And that's how they roll. I've just been reminded that looking at these, that I need to do the bases on these. Of course, what's really handy about the way I've done these is the magnetization, as you can see, so I can switch out the weapons and whatnot very easily. So there we go. We've expanded the mob. I've left the vehicles as they are because they seem to be okay. I'll probably upgrade them at the end of the next game. So I've now spent quite a lot of money and got quite a lot of experience. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. The Ugly Nasties have come a long way, and that win from the last game really helped. I am really quite happy with the way these guys are going. Right, sorry if this has been a bit of a all over the place video. I've been going through the rules as I go, so it's probably not been the best watch, but hopefully it's given you a bit of an insight into what's involved with the between games content for Gorkamorka and the things that can happen. There's a couple of things. I need to win a couple of games before I can get into Mech Town, I think. So that'll be pretty cool. Then you can start customizing your vehicles with all the really cool stuff and start beefing up their engines and that sort of thing, which you can't buy. You have to roll on tables to do. And also getting like surgically enhanced orcs, which is pretty cool, right? So yeah, I am really looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll get some more games in and I can get on that. So yeah, there's a lot more firepower here, there's a lot more boys, and I'm going to need to do more vehicles, I think, to fit all these in. Of course, we've got the driver goes in. Sorry, get rid of these guys. Driver goes in here, gunner goes in there, and I've got maybe space for 4 fellas on the back here. Let's have a look. 1, maybe 3. There we go. So this truck can handle 5 of the models, which isn't too bad, but it leaves me with, let's have a see, he's a driver, he's a gunner, he's also a driver. That's not too bad. It leaves me with one fella to find a home for, if I have the second truck as well, which is awesome. Right, this video definitely has gone on too long. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing what happens between the games, and hopefully you're looking forward as much as I am to getting these guys on the table again and seeing what these upgrades and these extra mob members can really do to bolster the force. Right. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've stuck to the end. Maybe you haven't. But yeah, that's it really. Thank you. As always, leave comments in the comment section with suggestions for the 2 remaining names. Keep in mind that I'm going for UN members, so that would be pretty awesome. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.